Finn Lowell had told himself he was visiting Serenity Springs purely out of grandsonly duty. His grandmother, Maeve Lowell, had been at the self-styled retirement spa for 6 weeks, reveling in cucumber water, low-impact water aerobics, and something called immersive gong bathing. In truth, Finn needed material for his podcast, Midnight Riddle, and he'd half hoped the plush, manicured haven would cough up some eccentric lore he could spin into an episode. A centuries-old well beneath the lobby, maybe, or a ghost said to massage arches in the reflexology suite. Instead, on his second morning, he found himself standing in the corridor outside the Himalayan salt cave, while a knot of residents muttered and dabbed scented handkerchiefs to their noses. 2 orderlies in seafoam uniforms blocked the entrance like human bookends. In the lemon-lit hallway, eucalyptus drifted from the diffuser, warring with something harsher, ozone perhaps, or panic. "What's going on?" Finn asked, slipping his phone from his pocket out of habit. The recording app glowed temptingly. Mrs. Kumar, a silver-haired former chemistry teacher, shook her head. "It's Sage, the aromatherapist." Maeve appeared at Finn's elbow, bathrobe cinched tight. "They found her in there," she whispered, pointing towards the cave through which pink salt bricks shimmered like sunset ice. No pulse. Finn felt the familiar prickle he usually experienced only in late-night editing sessions, when 2 narrative threads suddenly twisted into one. He pressed record and let the phone hang casually at his side. A minute later the door opened, and Dr. Valdez, Serenity Springs medical director, stepped out with his stethoscope tucked beneath a beaded wood necklace. His brows were twin crescents of concern. "Everyone, please return to your suites. The authorities have been notified." His gaze skated over Finn. "Only residents and staff allowed beyond this point." "He's with me," Maeve declared, as if passing an authentication code. Dr. Valdez hesitated before nodding. No photos, no social media. He disappeared again behind the salt-crusted door. Finn's pulse ticked faster than the spa's lulling plucked harp soundtrack. A real mystery. A locked room scenario, no less. A single entrance, strict schedules, and guests who could recite everyone else's supplement regimens. He thumbed "New Project" on his app and typed "Serenity Springs, Murder in the Cave." 2 hours later, the official pronouncement came. Sage Thorne, 32, aromatherapist and founder of Serenity's bespoke oil line, dead on arrival at River County Hospital. No sign of outward trauma. Preliminary cause, suspected seizure or faint leading to aspirated essential oil residue. Pending toxicology. In the dining solarium that evening, rumours fluttered like linen napkins in a rogue gust. Heart condition, drug allergy, suicide. Maeve pushed her roasted beet salad away. Sage was a picture of health. She did hot yoga upside down. Finn kept his phone in his pocket, but let the mic record anyway, a muffled wash of conversation he could later enhance. "Did Sage have any enemies?" he asked casually. "Here, only the cinnamon sugar," joked Art Rosen, an octogenarian magician specializing in close-up card tricks. The residents chuckled, but a tremor of unease lingered. Finn excused himself under the pretense of fetching more herbal tea and detoured through the staff corridor. His sneakers squeaked on marble. He found the aromatherapy studio dark, a "Do Not Disturb" sign dangling from the knob. A floral hush blanketed the room. Rows of amber bottles, funnels, pipettes, dried petals. Behind the counter, Sage's binder lay open to a worksheet labelled Customized Inhalation Plan. On it, someone had scrawled angry slashes over a client's name, Patricia Morgan, and written in bold ink, "No turmeric ever." Odd, Finn thought, and took a photo before slipping out. Back in Maeve's suite, he opened his laptop. Midnight Riddle usually spent weeks researching a topic, but momentum, he knew, was everything. The audience loved real-time puzzles. He inserted a voice note. Day 1, Serenity Springs. Victim, Sage Thorne. Potential foul play. Maeve emerged from the bathroom, patting night cream into her cheeks. You're not turning my spa into your crime circus, are you? Just documenting, Gran. He softened his tone. You knew her? She worked miracles on my sinuses last week. Maeve perched on the floral love seat. She was also discreet. People told her things while she massaged their temples. Finn's mental gears clicked. Therapist in both senses. Maeve's gaze darted to the door, then back. I heard Patricia Morgan threatened Sage yesterday. Over turmeric oil. Patricia swore it triggered her tinnitus. Sage told her the lab tests said otherwise. Voices were raised. Turmeric oil. Patricia Morgan. Finn's mind scrolled to the binder. Coincidence? He opened a search tab for Sage's socials. Her last post, 5 days earlier, featured the salt cave glimmering under mauve light. Caption: Safe space, sacred breath. Comments now bloated with RIPs. He closed the laptop. Tomorrow he needed a closer look at that cave. Finn didn't sneak so much as stroll, adopting the purposeful gait of an influencer on a sponsored tour. At 6 a.m., Serenity Springs smelled of coffee and hibiscus, its hallways empty except for the distant whir of a floor buffer. The salt cave remained cordoned off with a velvet rope, but the maintenance door at the back, leading to the filtration closet, was unlocked. Finn slipped inside, flashlight ready. The cave, when unlit, resembled a cavernous bakery freezer. Salt bricks lined the walls. Crushed salt blanketed the floor like snowy gravel. A row of reclining loungers faced a low platform where guided meditation recordings emanated. Finn crouched by a lounger, imagining Sage collapsing. A toppled diffuser lay on its side, cap off, residual droplets dark against pale crystal. He pocketed the diffuser and clicked photos. Near the filtration vent, a faint smudge marred the pink bricks, yellow, maybe, like pollen. He scraped a bit with a pen into a lipstick-sized sample jar. Footsteps scuffed outside. Finn doused the light and turned toward the closet door and nearly collided with Mrs. Kumar. She held a folded walker like a battering ram. You'll get us both expelled. Finn lifted his recorder. I'm collecting evidence. So am I, she whispered. Scientific curiosity. She produced a tiny Ziploc bag of salt. I suspect contamination. Before Finn could question her further, the hallway filled with voices. Mrs. Kumar glided back the way she'd come, agile as rumour. Finn waited until the corridor cleared, then retreated to the lab none of them had. His grandmother's kitchenette, where a camping microscope and pH strips became forensics gear. Under 100x magnification, the salt sample revealed flecks of something crystalline but irregular, not pollen. He tapped his phone. Possible foreign compound, yellow. A thought surfaced. Turmeric powder. But turmeric was organic, ground root, not crystals. Maeve barged in with 2 mugs of chamomile. Detective Lowell, she announced. Patricia Morgan is giving a scrub demonstration in 10 minutes. Soap tray C. Chance to ask questions. Finn downed the tea like a shot. Patricia Morgan radiated the bronzed polish of someone who belonged on yacht decks. She strode between stone sinks, wrist-dripping pearl bracelets, as she whipped coffee grounds, sugar, and oil into what looked like crumble topping. Finn approached, voice recorder visible, transparent was sometimes best. "Condolences regarding Sage," he began. Patricia's red-lacquered nail dug into the jasmine jar. "A tragedy." Her tone suggested someone discussing a stock dip. "I trust you're a journalist?" He half nodded. "Close enough." "I heard there was tension over turmeric oil." Her hands froze mid-stir. "I have a severe sensitivity." She ignored my charts. Enough to threaten her. Patricia's gaze hardened. "I insisted I'd sue the spa. That's hardly a threat to her life." "Where were you yesterday at 3 p.m? She let out a single brittle laugh. "In the float tank, blissfully weightless while Sage was... well, not." She wiped her spoon. "Staff can verify." Finn excused himself. "Alibi, maybe. Or maybe not. Float tanks were solitary pods. Anyone could slip out. But suspicion required more." He listened to his playback later. A faint hiss under Patricia's words snagged his ear. Ventilation, maybe, or suppressed fury. Deputy Harlan Montez arrived after lunch, Stetson under one arm. Finn introduced himself as a podcaster. The deputy's smile flattened. "The county prosecutor doesn't like amateurs tampering with a scene," Montez said. Finn offered the yellow crystal sample. Possible evidence. Montez bagged it with a nod. The hospital toxicology rushed results. Sage had high levels of crocin and lead chromate in her system. "Lead chromate?" Finn echoed. "That's not in lavender." "Cheap counterfeit turmeric dye," Montez explained. "Used to colour faux turmeric powders. Someone laced her oils." Finn's mental corkboard rearranged itself. Yellow residues, turmeric feud, counterfeit dye. But why kill? And who had access? The deputy lowered his voice. "We searched Sage's quarters. Found cash stashed in oil canisters. 10 grand. He clapped the evidence bag. "Maybe she was peddling tainted product herself. Maybe she got cold feet. Keep your mic holstered, Mr. Lowell." Finn holstered nothing. That evening, the residents convened an impromptu wake in the conservatory. A tea light for each of Sage's scent blends lined the piano. Tranquil Time, Cedar Sunrise, Golden Root. The last emitted a spiced earthiness that made Finn's nose prickle. Golden Root, turmeric. Finn inhaled. Was this the same batch? He lifted the bottle. A sediment clung to the bottom like orange sludge. Art the magician sidled up. "You thinking what I'm thinking?" He produced a playing card, Queen of Hearts, flipped it, now Ace of Spades. "Things aren't always what they seem." "Where did these oils come from?" Finn asked. Maintenance tech found a box in the staff fridge, marked for ceremony. Art's eyes glinted above his moustache. "Funny place for essential oils, between probiotic yogurt and those awful chia puddings." Finn's pulse leapt. Refrigeration slowed evaporation. Maybe someone wanted these preserved long enough to deliver a final blow. Maeve joined them, whispering, "Mrs. Kumar found supply receipts. Shows Sage ordered turmeric oleoresin from an unknown vendor last month." Finn's head whirled. Tainted turmeric, secret cache, refrigerated oils. He opened his recorder. Note to self, motive might be profiteering, black market additives. But then why is Sage dead? Art plucked another card. 10 of clubs. Sometimes partners in crime fall out. Finn stared at the deck, an idea shuffling into place. "Grandma, did Sage work alone in aromatherapy?" "She had one assistant," Maeve said slowly. "A new hire, Marcus." Finn hadn't met Marcus, which was strange. Serenity's staff usually orbited guests like diligent moons. "Where can I find him?" Marcus Wells was in the gym, punching a heavy bag as if auditioning for a vengeance saga. Early 30s, forearms inked with alchemical symbols. A gym towel rested around his neck like a yoke of steam. Finn approached. I host a mystery podcast, looking for insight about Sage. Marcus delivered a final hook and stepped back, chest heaving. No comment. Someone swapped her turmeric with counterfeit dyed powder. Would you know who supplied ingredients? Marcus's jaw flexed. Sage handled procurement. I just mixed according to her formulas. Yet you're the chem grad, right? Finn pressed. He'd skimmed Marcus's LinkedIn earlier. Biochemistry dropout. Wouldn't you notice toxic adulterants? Marcus wrenched off his gloves. Look, I warned her. The vendor sold in cash, no invoices. She said profit margins were thin, needed affordability. He wiped his brow. Said if I didn't like it, I could leave. And did you? He shrugged. Needed the job. Finn studied the man's haunted eyes. Regret or fear? Where were you yesterday at 3 p.m? Stockroom, blending a rose batch. Ask the CCTV. Another alibi, maybe ironclad. Yet Finn sensed missing pieces. Back in Maeve's suite, he replayed every interview, seeking a crack. His grandmother watched a baking show muted, knitting needles clacking like distant hail. Finn scribbled on notepaper. 1. Patricia allergic to turmeric, fought with Sage. 2. Sage purchased shady turmeric to cut costs, cash stash. 3. Marcus knew about adulterants, possibly complicit or whistleblower. 4. Yellow residue in cave, style dyed powder. 5. Refrigerated oils labelled for ceremony, someone planned event. He circled item 5. What ceremony? A spa event? Maeve glanced over. Tomorrow's equinox ritual, she supplied. Sage promised a solar renewal scent experience in the salt cave. Of course, golden root, turmeric, solar. The oils in the fridge were meant for the ritual, so why was Sage practice testing the diffuser early? Unless she wasn't. Unless someone swapped the diffuser's contents ahead of time, knowing Sage would sample them privately before the event. Finn's brain sparked. Who had motive to stop the ceremony? Patricia, to avoid exposure to turmeric. But Patricia could just skip it, unless she feared others discovering her vendetta. Another possibility. Marcus, guilt-ridden, tried to warn Sage. She refused. He sabotaged the diffuser to show her the danger, miscalculating potency. Finn exhaled. Too speculative. He needed proof. He opened the diffuser he'd pocketed. A syrupy film clung to the reservoir. He dabbed it on a test strip from Maeve's diabetes kit. Lead test indicator. The strip turned brownish-black. Lead detected. He stared. Whoever filled the diffuser intended poison, not demonstration. Murder. At dawn, he marched to Deputy Montez's mobile command van parked by the tennis courts. Test the diffuser, Finn said, handing it over. Contains lead chromate, intentional poisoning. Montez nodded grimly. Lab will rush it. Finn wasn't done. Pull float tank logs. Patricia claims she was there when Sage died. By mid-afternoon, Montez found Finn in the courtyard. Float tank timer shows Patricia ended her session at 2:45 p.m., then reopened the lid at 3:05, 7 minutes before staff found Sage. Security cam off that hallway is conveniently disabled. And Marcus, Finn asked, was indeed on CCTV in stockroom. Patricia again. But motive? Allergy anger seemed flimsy for murder. Montez rubbed his eyes. Found more cash in Patricia's locker, identical serial series to Sage's stash. Finn's brow furrowed. Blackmail? Or partnership turned sour, Montez said. We'll bring her in. Yet Finn felt tugged by one last thread. Mrs. Kumar's walker charge into the cave. Her chemical curiosity. Could she have doctored the diffuser, then feigned discovery? But she wasn't on camera either, because seniors used side halls, not security-covered service corridors. He confronted Mrs. Kumar in the library amid large print thrillers. "You warned me about contamination before results were public." She closed her book. "Pattern recognition. The salt was yellow. You collected a sample early. To confirm my hypothesis. I'm a scientist, not a saboteur. Why so invested?" She removed her glasses. "Because my late husband died of lead poisoning from adulterated spices purchased in Delhi decades ago. When I smelled Sage's golden root last week, it triggered memory. I told her to test her supply. She dismissed me." Tears pooled, surprising them both. Finn swallowed guilt. Mrs. Kumar continued. "Patricia bragged about an investment opportunity in low-cost wellness products. I connected dots, but too late." "Investment opportunity," Finn repeated. "Cash stash." "Thank you." Deputy Montez assembled suspects in the Lotus Lounge, Patricia, Marcus, and the spa manager. Residents lingered at the periphery, whispers snaking like incense. Finn, recorder rolling in plain sight, asked permission to address the room. "Yesterday," he began, "Sage Thorne died from lead chromate contamination in her personal diffuser, delivered via tainted turmeric oil. The question, who planted it and why?" He pivoted to Patricia. "You disliked Sage, but you also provided capital, cash with matching serials found in both your spaces. Texts on Sage's phone discuss a Scottsdale launch and cut-rate ingredients, your scheme to mass market cheap oils. Marcus warned Sage about lead, but Sage ignored him, pressured by you." Patricia's jaw trembled. "He has no proof." Montez produced printed messages seized from Sage's laptop. Patricia's signature lipstick kiss emoji punctuated directives. "Secure more golden root. Margin must be 800%. Another line. "If the lab rats squeak, remind them labor is replaceable." Gasps rippled. Finn continued. "Yesterday you learned Sage intended to back out after Mrs. Kumar's warning. She planned to refund your investment. You couldn't risk your brand or liability. You filled the diffuser with the lethal batch stored in the fridge during your float session break and disabled the camera. You expected Sage to die quietly, and the equinox ceremony blamed for accidental exposure, destroying any evidence of your involvement." Patricia's face blanched, then flared red. "This is ridiculous. Check his credentials." Montez gestured to two deputies. "Credentials enough, ma'am." They cuffed her. Marcus sagged onto a meditation cushion. "I should have gone to the police sooner." Finn placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. Truth got here in the end. Mrs. Kumar approached, offering Marcus a mint. Science prevails. Maeve hugged Finn. "My grandson, the gumshoe." The lounge erupted in hushed applause, fragile yet genuine, like chimes in a soft breeze. That night, Finn recorded his narration under a quilt to dampen echo, the spa lit only by moonbeams dipping through skylights. "Midnight Riddle, Episode 42, he intoned. "When tranquility is trademarked and healing becomes hustle, even the purest sense can turn corrosive. At Serenity Springs, greed wore the perfume of wellness until one breath too many stole a life." He recounted Mrs. Kumar's vigilance, Marcus's regret, Maeve's tip-offs. He ended with a dedication to Sage Thorne and a reminder to listeners: test, verify, trust, but verify again. He clicked save, then noticed Maeve in the doorway, sleepy-eyed. "Come walk," she whispered. They padded to the veranda where the repaired salt cave glowed softly, empty for now. Crickets composed the night's soundtrack. "Proud of you," Maeve said, squeezing his hand. Finn exhaled, letting the evening's lavender breeze rinse adrenaline from his limbs. He'd arrived hungry for a story. He was leaving having fed truth to more than an audience. Next visit, Maeve mused. Maybe you can cover the ghost who steals orthotics. Finn laughed, opening his recorder just in case. Some habits, like certain scents, lingered happily ever after.